Tian Xuning breaks record with first ELLE cover. 6 years after making his debut, he has appeared on the solo cover of ELLE's August issue for the first time. For a young actor who began his career in web dramas and has always maintained a relatively low profile, this milestone suggests that his position within the entertainment industry is gradually changing. Behind these polished photographs lies the journey of a young man who chose to move forward at his own pace. In an industry where new faces emerge every day, staying quiet can sometimes come with the risk of being forgotten. There may have been moments when he wondered whether he had truly chosen the right path. Rather than appearing constantly in public, he devoted most of his time to acting, maintained a steady professional image, and gradually earned recognition. As a result, this cover feels like a long-awaited achievement, very different from an opportunity created by a brief surge in popularity. ELLE's August issue has always held a special place in the fashion calendar. It arrives when attention begins to shift towards the autumn and winter season, which means the magazine usually considers its cover star very carefully. Popularity is only one part of the selection process. The chosen person must also possess a distinctive presence, commercial value, and the ability to communicate ideas through imagery. His appearance on the cover suggests that ELLE has recognized fashion potential that extends beyond his established reputation as an actor. This shoot was produced by an international creative team. The styling reportedly included designs from Givenchy's 2026 pre-fall haute couture collection. From the lighting and clothing to the editing of the promotional film, every detail reflects the serious investment behind the project. The team's ambition appears to have gone far beyond creating a set of attractive photographs. They wanted to explore his visual versatility and his ability to control the atmosphere in front of the camera. In the first preview images, he reveals a colder and sharper appearance. Dark tones, strong backlighting, and a motorcycle-style leather jacket create a tough silhouette with a slightly rebellious edge. Compared with the youthful or gentle characters he has previously portrayed on screen, this version feels more mature and distant. Yet that coolness does not make the images feel empty. There is still a restrained energy beneath his calm exterior, encouraging viewers to look a little longer. He does not rely on complicated poses or exaggerated expressions. Much of the appeal comes from his gaze, the angle of his face, and the way he controls his body. Everything is carefully restrained, yet the visual impact remains clear. The promotional film also moves between his real appearance and an animated version of him. Even after his features are transformed into a comic book style, viewers can still recognize him immediately. This transition between reality and imagination highlights his ability to adapt to different styles. In one moment, he appears calm and scholarly. A small change in his eyes is enough to make the entire mood sharper and far more commanding. This is precisely the kind of quality the fashion industry values. An attractive appearance may capture people's initial attention, but understanding the spirit of a shoot is what enables an artist to leave a lasting impression. The elaborate outfits never overshadow him. They help complete the atmosphere, while his own presence remains at the center of every image. Looking back at his career, this milestone becomes even more meaningful. After gaining attention through web dramas, he continued taking on acting projects, gradually increased his public recognition, and secured several brand endorsements. Until now, however, opportunities to work with leading fashion magazines had remained relatively limited. A young actor's career is rarely predictable. There can be successful projects, quiet periods, missed opportunities, and moments when the public's attention shifts towards somebody else. A person may believe in the path he has chosen, while still wondering when the next door will open. That very human experience of waiting makes this achievement all the more memorable. For viewers who have followed him since his early web drama days, today's happiness also comes from watching someone familiar gradually receive greater recognition. The beautiful photographs are the most obvious result, but the journey behind them is what truly moves people. The public response has largely consisted of congratulations accompanied by growing expectations. Many believe he earned this opportunity through his distinctive presence and natural ability in front of the camera. Fans also hope this will mark the beginning of collaborations with luxury brands and appearances at major fashion weeks. However, his next steps will still need to be chosen carefully. His team could release additional behind-the-scenes footage or an interview about the making of the shoot. Audiences have already seen the finished images, but they may also want to know how he felt when he learned that he would receive his first solo ELLE cover. Was he nervous before the shoot? How did he prepare for this new image? Details like these would allow the public to see the real person behind the lighting, clothing, and professional styling. The frequency of his appearances should also be considered. A small number of opportunities that genuinely suit his character may be more effective than constant exposure. Sometimes, one carefully prepared appearance at the right moment leaves a deeper impression than a long series of short-term activities. Although fashion is opening up a new direction for him, acting should remain the foundation of his career. A striking cover may generate discussion for several weeks, but a memorable role can remain with audiences for years. If he continues choosing strong scripts and emotionally layered characters, his position in the fashion world will also become more secure. His acting experience helps him control his expressions in front of the camera, while fashion gives him the opportunity to explore qualities that may not yet have appeared in his roles. From an industry perspective, this ELLE cover could change the way brands and the media assess him. His beginnings in web dramas have now developed into a more mature image, one with the potential to carry luxury campaigns and larger fashion projects. Of course, one cover is still only the beginning. Its long-term value will depend on the quality of his future work, his team's strategy, and his ability to maintain the public's trust. Perhaps the most memorable part of this moment is the feeling of watching someone who once worked quietly finally step into a wider spotlight. He remains the same familiar person. This shoot has simply allowed audiences to discover a colder, more mature and more confident side of him. Growth does not always need to be announced through grand statements. Sometimes, a single look or a perfectly timed image is enough to show just how far someone has come. What do you think of his transformation for ELLE? Do you prefer this colder, sharper version of him? Or do you still favor the calm and gentle image that audiences already know?